mercy, 'cause this land's the place I love, and here I'll stay. People, they rush everywhere, needs with their own secret care. So very was the mercy, and always take me there, the place I love. People around every corner seem to smile and say, we don't care what your name is, boy, we'll never turn you away. So I'll continue to say, here I always will stay. So very was the mercy, 'cause this land's the place I love, and here I'll stay. And here I'll stay. Here I'll stay.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tanya Whitehurst and I'm a celebrant. We meet here today to honour and pay tribute to the life of Mary Carroll and to express our love and admiration for her, and I'm truly honoured to be leading this service on behalf of her family. I'd also like to take this opportunity to welcome Mary's siblings, George, Veronica, Teresa and Joan, along with their families, who are all tuning into this service today from Liverpool in England. And we are so very glad that you're able to join us. Whilst I know that today is a sad day, I hope at the end of this service for Mary that you will feel glad that you took the opportunity to grieve in the presence of others who have known and loved her. Death in a number of ways unites us all. Mary's death, for a time, demands that each one of us put aside our work, our cares, our business, our pleasure and our folly to unite ourselves with everyone here, fellow mourners, who share in the common bond of love and respect for Mary. It is fitting that we should reflect on what we owe to those who have gone before us. Our lives are but the latest notes in a music that began with the birth of humanity itself. That music is the link that ties us all together. Husbands and wives, fathers and mothers, brothers and sisters, friends and foes. It is the foundation of knowledge passed down by our forefathers in times gone by for their children and their children's children. You may think that we are here because Mary has passed away, and indeed in part we are. But I think, more importantly, we are here to celebrate the fact that Mary lived, and she lived a full, active and loving life. We are here to pay our respects and to remember a wonderful woman and, of course, to support each of you, her loving family. On this note, there is a beautiful poem entitled Love Lives On, author unknown, and I'd like to take a moment to share it with you now. Those we love remain with us, for love itself lives on, and cherished memories never fade because a loved one's gone. Those we love can never be more than a thought apart. Far as long as there is memory, they will always live on in the heart. And for me, this sums it up, because it's not our destination that matters, but the journey we travel along the way that truly defines not just who we are, but the legacy we leave when we depart. It's not our possessions or the places we've visited, but the impact and influence we have on the people we love and have loved that matters the most in the end. As Rabindranath Tagore once said, death is not extinguishing the light, but putting out the lamp because the dawn has come. I'd now like to tell you the story of Mary's life as shared with me as a tribute to Mary's life. I'd like to thank the family at this stage for their hospitality and openness at such a difficult time, and also for their contribution and input into this service that I have written. Before we start this section of the ceremony, the family have asked me to thank everyone for coming here today to honour Mary's life. The family grieve her passing, but celebrate her life. Mary was born in Liverpool, England in November 1925, daughter to Simeon and Eleanor Lindsay, the eldest of 2 children. Unfortunately, her father became ill and died when she was just 3 years old. Her mother remarried to Matthew Murphy when she was 5, and another 8 siblings arrived. Life in Liverpool around this time was very hard. Never one to shy away from hard work, Mary helped with her siblings as they came along. Living in Everton during World War II, the family survived the many bombs that were dropped on the area, as it was, of course, near to the docks. Mary helped the war effort and worked in a munitions factory and served in the NAFI. She married Luke, the boy next door, in April of 1947, and they moved to Rowley Regis in the Midlands for work, starting a new life together. They both found work until the children came along, and Mary then became a housewife. She is mother to Christina, Annette, Tony and Susan, and the late Elizabeth, a grandmother and a great-grandmother. Because of Luke's work, the family moved to a new area every few years, and finally, once all their daughters had married and left home, they decided to move to Australia, a dream long held. Tony, being single, decided to go with them on the 24th of December in 1973. However, he missed the flight and came out a week later. Good old Tony, always late to the party. Upon arrival in Australia, Luke worked in BHP in Wollongong, New South Wales, while Mary set up their home, and Tony worked alongside his father for many years. In around 1976, Susan, her husband Dennis and their baby Greg decided to join the family in New South Wales. They went on to expand their family with the arrival of Andrew, Stephen and Michael. Annette, her husband and children Helen and Lorna followed a few years later in September of 1978. Christina and her son David stayed in the UK. After some years living in New South Wales, Mary and Luke moved to Adelaide, following Tony, who wanted to explore more of Australia. Susan and her family followed soon after. Annette and family had in the meantime relocated from Wollongong to Perth. By this time, Tony had also married, having 2 children, Joanna and Anthony. Always keen to explore their adopted country more, Mary and Luke, together with Tony and his family, moved to Munkagin in WA, where they settled, loving the area and the great pub in town. Luke's health was not good at this time, and the quiet country life suited them. Eventually, all of the family gathered together to live in the Perth area, but Mary and Luke always had itchy feet and moved house many times around the area, finally settling in Glendalough, where they lived until Luke passed away in 1993. Mary then moved to Armadale to be close to Tony, who eventually built an extension to his house which provided Mary with accommodation for 15 years. Unfortunately, during these latter years, Mary started to develop early onset dementia, and at the age of 89, it was decided that she was needed to be safe, so the family found Graceford at Byford, and Mary moved there. She settled in very well, loved wandering around, and at times commented that she lived in a wonderful hotel. In the last hours of her life, Christina, Tony and Michelle, Tony's partner, who had visited Mary regularly over the past 5 years, spent time with Mary, sharing love, laughter and saying their individual goodbyes, something that they will be forever grateful for. She passed away on the 22nd of May this year in the early hours of the morning, peacefully at the wonderful age of 95. Mary was a wonderful woman, feisty and stubborn, with a temper to match the red hair of her youth. Funny, always dressed well, she took a pride in her appearance, and she was a mind of wise knowledge. She used to say things like, "Don't worry about things you cannot change," or "Clean the corners and the rest will clean itself," and "If you're not in bed by 10 p.m, go home." Most of all, she was a loving wife, mother, grandmother and great-grandmother. We could, of course, go on forever more about the many nuances that made up the fabric of this social, funny, family-loving woman, but there simply isn't the time. However, I know that shared stories of the memories you all have will keep her memory alive long after today has passed us by. The family would particularly like me to thank the staff at Graceford. Their care and kindness will never be forgotten. Mary leaves behind her family, cherished children Christina, Annette, Tony and Susan, adored grandchildren and her much-loved great-grandchildren, some of whom are here today. Mary has lived a rich, varied and wonderful life, and her family are forever grateful to her for being a part of their lives. She will always be remembered by everyone as a thoughtful lady whose greatest wish was that everyone close to her be happy. Her legacy was to share a strong moral compass of working hard alongside the importance of kindness, honesty, respect and generosity with all of her children, who in turn are passing these teachings to their children. We know that as the days turn into weeks, then months and finally years, that you will never quite get over the loss of such a loved lady, but that through you, she will go on in your hearts, your minds and your thoughts. Photographs play a very important role in everyone's life because they connect us to the past. They remind us of people, places, feelings and stories. They can help us to know who we are. They are a tangible link to our past and serve to offer up long-forgotten flashbacks that we all cherish. Tony has lovingly put together a photo tribute to music honouring his mother. Please enjoy this beautiful collage of memories.
With a love that's true, always. When the things you've planned need a helping hand, I will understand, always, always. Days may not be fair, always. That's when I'll be there, always. Not for just an hour, not for just a day, not for just a year, but always. Days may not be fair, always. That's when I'll be there, always. Not for just an hour, not for just a day, not for just a year, but always.
You remember me when the west wind moves among the fields You can tell the sun in his jealous sky when we walked in fields of gold. So she took her love for to gaze a while among the fields of barley. In his arms she fell as her hair came down among the fields of gold. Will you stay with me? Will you be my love among the fields of barley? And you can tell the sun in his jealous sky when we walked in fields of gold. I never made promises lightly, and there have been some that I've broken, but I swear in the days still left we'll walk in fields of gold. We'll walk in fields of gold.
That was Tony. Thank you for sharing all those photos with everybody. Well, we're coming to the end of this celebration of Mary's life, but before we finish, we're going to pause for a moment of reflection. A chance for you to digest all you've heard. A chance for you to recall all your own memories of her. And a chance, if you wish, to sit silently and let this specially selected piece of music wash over you. Whilst this is happening, I'm going to invite you all up to the front with your roses to pop them, of course, with Mary. and maybe you'd like to spend a little bit of time with her before you sit back down. We're then going to invite anybody else that hasn't got a rose to make their way forward, and after that we will continue. Thank you.
Another summer day has come and gone away from Paris alone. I wanna go home. Maybe surrounded by a million people, I still feel all alone. Just wanna go home. Oh, I miss you, you know. And I've been keeping all the letters that I wrote to you. Each one a line or two. I'm fine, baby, how are you? Well, I would send them, but I know that it's just not enough.
It's now time to commit Mary's physical body to the earthly elements from which she came and to which we all return. I'd now like to request all of you that are able to please be upstanding. Thank you. Mary, as we bid you farewell, we are thankful to have shared joy in the sun, shelter in the storms, and to have laughed in the same moment. We will treasure the memory of your words and works, your character and quality, and will be forever enriched for having known your face. And so, your kindness and generous nature we commit to our memories. Your love, humour and friendship we commit to our hearts. Your body we commit to its end with nature. Thank you for all that you were and all that you gave. Love and light to you on this, your final journey.
God bless your soul with love, Mum.
Please be seated. Thank you. And now I'd like to dedicate this final poem to Mary that has been given to me by Christina especially for this occasion. It's entitled Do Not Stand at My Grave and Weep, and it was written by Elizabeth Fry. Do not stand at my grave and weep. I am not there. I do not sleep. I am the thousand winds that blow. I am the diamond glints on snow. I am the sun on ripened grain. I am the gentle autumn rain. When you awaken in the morning's hush, I am the swift uplifting rush of quiet birds in circling flight. I am the soft starshine at night. Do not stand at my grave and cry. I am not there. I did not die. Farewell, special lady. It's been an honour. Thank you.
Walk through the storm, hold your head up high, and don't be afraid of the dark. I'll be right